Hi everyone. So I've been using this Pixel 6a for about a month now, and I really don't care what you think because I feel this is one of the best phone you can get in this price range because it's a semi flagship phone and you can get a flagship experience. This is a perfect phone for me except one thing, and I will talk about that later. But first, let's talk about how much I love the size of this phone. I think this is one of the most comfortable phone you can get in the Android market in this price segment. I think every phone under $500 is over 6.4 inch at least. So if you really like a light phone which you can use with one hand, it is a perfect phone in my opinion. It has a glossy plastic back, even though you can't really tell because it does not feel cheap at all. But my only concern with this back is going to be the scratches. I really like using my phone without any cases, like I'm using this Fold 4 without any case because it has that matte finish. And if this phone had that the same finish, I would have been using it without a case. But as this is plastic and glossy, it is going to get scratches. So you might need to use a case like this. I tried using it without a case, but I am actually scared. So I have to use it the case because I know it is going to scratch. It is plastic. I have mixed feelings about the display. And no, it's not a bad display by any means. It's just not the most premium display for its price. It does get plenty bright, so no issues there. But there is a slight green tint, and you might have to accept that fact. I think it is happening in most of the mid range devices nowadays. It does not bother me anymore, but if you're someone who can see a green tint and it bothers you, this can bother you as well. Apart from that, everything is great. You have all the certification like Widevine L1, and you also can watch HDR content on any OTT platform. The speakers are also great. So if you're just talking about the multimedia, this is a great phone, and this is one of the best sounding speaker you can get in this price. I know a lot of people are complaining about the heating issues. I did not face any of such issues because maybe I was not in such condition. I have used this phone on 4G. I have used the camera a lot. I have used this phone outside and it does get warm. But I think that's the case with every flagship phone because it has a flagship CPU. I was using my Fold 4 today and taking some pictures in the sun. It was getting really hot. So that's going to be the case with any of such phones. But it was not at a point where I do not want to use this phone. So I don't think I will count it as in a overheating category, but it does get warm, especially from this side. But it was never unusable, and if I'm using a case, I never notice it ever. In fact, this is one of the best performance I have gotten on any Android device in a really long time. Now, I'm not talking about the raw power, I'm talking about the overall fluidity and responsiveness. Every time I pick this phone up and open Twitter or YouTube, the scrolling is so smooth, I literally forget that it is a 60 Hz phone. It is actually better than my Fold 4. Like if you scroll anything on this 120 Hz, it does not feel as smooth as it is on the 60 Hz phone. And after Android 13, this phone has gotten much better. I have already made a video about this phone with Android 13. So if you want to check that, I will link it here and in the description box. But seriously, this phone has gotten so much smooth. The performance out of this phone, you can never tell it's a $450 phone. Okay, before talking about all the good stuff, I want to mention one thing that I find really annoying in this phone, and that is the fingerprint sensor. It has gotten worse after updating to Android 13. See, my unit never had issues with unlocking with unregistered fingerprints, but now it is frustrating to the point where I prefer putting a pin in this phone. So every time I wash my hand and dry them, the fingerprint does not recognize my fingers. Honestly, that was the only issue I did not switch to this phone as my primary phone. Apart from that, everything works fine. I know a lot of people are not facing that issues, maybe because of my finger, but I have seen some people complaining about it. And also, if you put a screen guard, that might not be an issue anymore because on my Pixel 6 Pro, it was working really fine. Or it could be this software build itself. But as of now, I'm facing this issue and I'm letting you know. Because otherwise the display, the sound, the cell reception, the haptic feedback, the cameras, and even the battery is really good on this phone. I've been getting around 5 hours of screen on time over the period of 2 days, so I don't even have to charge it multiple times. I know the charging speed is slow, but if you do not have to charge it every single day, it doesn't bother me as much. So in terms of everything else apart from that fingerprint sensor, I am really loving this phone. I know the camera sensor is old and it is showing the age in the video calls and low light in general. But I would still say the photos coming out of this camera is still one of the best you can get in any phone, including the flagship phones. It is a great point and shoot camera if you don't care about anything else, especially when it comes to human skins. I've also compared this phone with iPhone 13 camera. If you want to watch, I can link that in the description. See, I've talked about this phone in my initial impression video, and I'm not going to repeat everything. And every issue I had with Android 12 is gone with Android 13. There are no more weird stutters or animation lag. So overall experience has been really good. If you're someone like me who likes cleaner experience, you're going to enjoy this phone. There are no ads, no weird things. The Google feature drop has been improving a lot. You get a lot of Google features that you cannot find in any other phone. So in terms of overall experience, see, I know this phone lacks wireless charging, but it is IP67 water resistant, which is rare in this price range. And if nothing else, this is a great phone for your parents. I can easily use this as my main device if those fingerprint issues are not there. Trust me. I really recommend this phone to anyone right now if you can deal with that one issue. And if you are in India and if you think the price is really high, you can actually check Amazon. You can get imported device for cheaper price and Google will cover the warranty. I mean, you can confirm that, but I've seen it somewhere on Twitter that Google will actually cover that warranty. And if you really want to purchase that sage color, you can actually get that as well. So in terms of pricing, I still think this is a good value for money phone. I get it, it's expensive with all those duties, but when you get to experience this phone, I don't think there's anything that comes close to this device when it comes to total experience. If you have any doubt, you can follow me on Twitter and talk about it. And if you want to watch the impression video of this Fold 4, you can subscribe to my channel. Please hit the like button or comment because it can increase the interaction only if you enjoyed this video. My name is Rohit. I'll see you in the next one. Till then.